and welcome to part 2 of 5.1. So we just got done with the area lab, and so we now should know what LRAM and RRAM are. The big thing is here is this one here says check the area of the RM with the RM area calculator program. We don't have that. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, so here we go. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do let's do LRAM. So I'm going to label this one my LRAM. Okay, and I'm going to sketch in x squared. Here, so I sketch in x squared. And I'm going on from 1 to 3. So I'm going to put this here. I'm 1 to 3. Get this up here. So I want to estimate my area using this one. Okay. So in order to find how much, so I said here my n is 4. So I need to find first my delta x, which each is going to step by. It's going to be equal to the 3 minus a 1 all over my n, which is 4, which is equal to a 1/2. Okay. And I come here, I put this here, it's going to be at 1.5, at 2, and at 2.5. Make this, oops. Alright, so then I go between 1 and 1.5. Which one's on my left? Okay, the 1. So that's where I draw over and under. And then I have my 1.5 over there. Then at 2 over there, here, over. So the shaded region that I am finding is here. Notice in our area lab, our left-hand limit for a decreasing function was an overestimate, and this time our left-hand limit on an increasing function is an underestimate. Okay, so let's actually go find that. Again, so it's going to be 1/2 f of 1 plus f of 1.5 plus f of 2 plus f of 2.5. Okay, I go ahead and put that all in there, and I'm going to get f of 1 is 1 plus 2.25 plus 4 plus 6.25, all that times a half of 13.5, which is then going to be equal to 6.25 is my area. Okay, so what I want you guys to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and it's going to be up to you to sketch in the other one and do RRAM. Alright, I will pause the video now. And boom, there should be your answer. And that should be your picture. Should be 10.75. And actually, while I was doing this, I found out my mistake. Half of 13.5 is actually 6.75. See, we even all make mistakes. Okay. So, there you go. Hopefully this is starting to click with you, right? Left hand, right hand. Good. Alright, so next we go over, and let's see what we're doing next. Boom. It says here the velocity of this table is decreasing using subintervals, approximate the distance traveled. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, and they want an upper estimate and a lower estimate. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. Alright, so how again is an upper estimate? What's a lower estimate? So you take a look at the table. What's happened to my velocity? My velocity is decreasing. So if you want to, you draw yourself a little sketch. Here's my sketch of velocity decreasing. And now I have to think to myself again, what is an upper estimate? So I have two ways to do this, a left-hand limit and a right-hand limit. If here's my interval, okay, here's what I'm trying to find, whatever, right? And I try to find my interval. Okay. And I want to do, which one's going to give me an upper estimate? Well, if I'm choosing between these two here, right, which one's on the left or the right, which one's going to go over the top? Well, it's going to go over the top from the left-hand side. left-hand side. Left-hand side is going to give me an overestimate. So for an upper estimate for a function that is decreasing, I want to use LRAM. And again, a lower estimate for a function that is decreasing, it would be RRAM. And if my function were increasing, it would be flipped around. You need to be able to get that straight in your head. Now, if you want to, you can go through the process of plotting my points, okay? But I really would like you to try and do the way I'm going to describe here, all right? So I know that these are my point values, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat each one individually when I look at a table. The reason why I'm going to do that, I'm not going to put it 2 times everything, even though the intervals are 2s, is because a lot of the times when we do these upper estimates and lower estimates by a table, they are not always nice and happy, straight out, 2, 2, 2. Sometimes the one interval is 2, the next one is 5, the next one is 7. This happens just to be a nice table. So when I go ahead and do this, the first one I'm going to look at is this interval here, 2 and 4. And when I look at 2 and 4, again, I'm doing the left-hand limit. Okay, so the left-hand one. So when I'm doing a left-hand area, I go, well, which one's on the left? The 2. Okay, so I know that the difference between these two, so 4 minus 2 is 2, times, well, which one's on the left? The 44. Then I get my eraser, and I erase this, and I go plus, and I look at my next interval. My next interval is 4 and 6. And again, I take a look at this. The difference between 4 and 6 is 2. And then 42, 41, which one's on the left? 42. Get my eraser, erase this, do it for the next one. 6 and 8. So plus 2 times, because the difference between that is 2, between that is 41. Plus, get my eraser. Now I'm going to do it between 8 and 10. 2, because 10 minus 8 is 2. 40 and 37, I'm going to choose the 40. Plus, got one more to do. Difference between 12 and 10 is 2. 35 or 37, I'm going to choose the 37. Okay, and that's what you got to do to do this. And then you go ahead, multiply everything out, and add it up. Okay, so here you have an 88 plus an 84 plus an 82 plus an 80 plus a 74. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 320, 342, 344, 348. 518. Okay, so there you go. That's how you do it. So now what I want you to try and do is the lower estimate. Okay, try to do it with the RRAM. You're going to do the exact same process, except when you make your box, you're going to choose the one on the right. All right, so I'm going to pause the video and you're going to see the answer pop straight up. Here we go. Bam, there it is, 390. And once again, I found out that I'm human, and I made a mistake here. Big mistake. This is actually supposed to be 408. Okay, so what does this tell me? Okay, so this tells me that my actual distance that I was traveling, okay, that I traveled in that time frame, was either between 390 and 408. Okay, between 390 and 408. I don't know, it's between there. It's not in the middle. I don't know how much it is, okay, but I do know it's between there for sure. Okay, it's actually kind of handy. I mean, to do it relatively quickly. All right, so here we go. Next, there's your assignment. I look forward to you guys being able to pull this off and do this. If you have any questions, bring them tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you. Bye.